I don't know if you've ever experienced travel sickness or motion sickness. It's not something that I generally struggle with, but I do remember one journey. Pete and I were taking the ferry to France, and this particular ferry was the Fast Cat, which was affectionately known by those who travel on it regularly as the Vomit Comet. And honestly, on this particular journey, it totally lived up to its name and its reputation. The sea was really rough and choppy, and before we knew it, we were being pummeled about by the waves. In fact, you couldn't really stand up and walk anywhere without quickly being propelled to the other side of the boat. People around me started to look greener and greener. And the inevitable moment came when the staff began to hand out those paper sick bags. And you know what it's like when someone is unwell around you, it makes you feel even more queasy. And I could feel this nausea rising up inside. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure I'm going to make this unscathed. And then I remembered some advice that my parents gave me when I was a child and we used to take ferry journeys. And that was this, to look at the horizon. Now, I was fortunately positioned next to a window, so I looked out of the window and I centered myself. And I began to look at the horizon. And I think the reason that people give that advice is because when everything is moving and shifting, if you focus on what is in your immediate vision, you start to feel more and more sick. But if you can focus on something that is unchanging, something that doesn't shift, it centers you and it enables you to keep going despite the change, the turbulence and the motion. And sure enough, after several minutes of fixing my eyes on the horizon, the nausea began to lift and I did manage to make the journey without being sick. Right now, there is so much instability. We're in turmoil, aren't we? Every day brings more change, something else for us to react to. And although we've been great at rolling with the punches, we're starting to become sick and tired of it all. I've had so many conversations with people just this last week who are saying, I'm just sick and tired of all the change. And there's no obvious goalpost in sight either. It's difficult to know when we're going to truly be at the other side of this storm. If tonight you're feeling sick and tired, if it feels that there's just so much change and instability and uncertainty that it has become overwhelming and it's making you feel unwell, can I advise you to take a moment to lift your eyes and to look at the horizon? You see, the more we focus on the immediate turbulence, on the things that are moving and shifting and changing, the harder we're going to find it. But the Bible tells us that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He's a constant in our lives. His love for us is unconditional. He's always with us. He never leaves our side, even when everything else around us is shifting. So perhaps amidst all of the change and all of the struggle, you might want to join me in lifting your eyes and looking at the horizon, looking at the one who is unchanging. Hebrews 12 verse 2 says, fix your eyes on Jesus, the author and the finisher of your faith. In the midst of all of the chaos, let's take a moment this evening to look at the horizon, to find stability in the one who is always constant. Have a great evening.